Hey founders, this is Jason here, and if you are in teaching or selling some kind of wellness and health, I want to walk through with you some of the biggest selling mistakes by beginners. All right, let's get started. So in this video, we're going to cover three of the biggest mistake, and then let's see if you are making those mistakes and in your selling. So number one is that when you're selling a wellness product, more often than not, clients don't care about your supplements, how many active ingredients they have, and they don't really care. All they care about, most of the time, right? Most of the time, okay, they care about, will this stop the child from getting sick again, and if so, how, right, or why, right? All the ingredients are like features. They don't really care about the features that much. They really want what they like. I remember when I first started supplements, um I don't even know why I need it. I only know it's good. I didn't even bother checking on the um, ingredients at all. Most of the time, most clients, most of your buyers, most of your spenders will start that way. Okay, so if you go on too much about or too long, I want you to imagine you only have 5 minutes or 50 seconds with a billionaire to convince them. Okay, um, there's only so much you can say. Fair enough? Right. Okay, so that's mistake number one. Mistake number one is that you talk too much about features, about the ingredients, but not so much about the real issue or real desire that they care about, which is, will this stop my child from getting sick again, right? Second, you're forcing down a food on a toddler without checking if they're hungry. That means you started selling too fast. You started selling too soon. You started going into your whole product too early without finalizing, checking, or even qualifying to find out if they are hungry, even, right? You started cooking a lot of food, and then you started to want them to eat, but they're not even hungry, and then you started cooking. So it's like they're not, they might be a vegan, and you're trying to sell them meat, and that's where you fail to qualify, you fail to check, and you fail to verify if they're hungry, if they're ready for your product, if they want your product, right? So second mistake is that you got to qualify. If they are not suitable for your product, if they are not ideal, if they are not ready, you might not even want to waste the next 3 hours making up a delicious meal, right? So number two is to make sure that you always check, you always learn to qualify and verify. Okay. Number three is one of the most common issue here is that, can you imagine, right? If you're with someone for 7, 10 years, and then the person never actually, right, ask you to for the not, right? That's how it feels like when you are not asking for the close. The prospects are waiting, the buyers are waiting, the spenders are ready, but if you don't ask for the close, and if you don't know how, then and if you don't do it and you're waiting for them, then it's gonna be like the girl waiting for the guy to make the first move, right? Granted, some of the girls and ladies, they will do it for you, but chances are, right, you gotta do it. You gotta go for the close. This is one thing that is so important because there are so many providers out there. There's so many beginners out there. They uh, they, they they don't know this, but prospects and buyers sometimes don't know that if there's something they can buy from you, because you're not a shop. You don't have a shop. If you have a shop, granted, they can just take the item and sell. Okay, but some others is, if you don't go for the close, they don't actually know they can buy, right? But even in shops, um, did you know there's a research being done that assistant who actually ask for the close, to ask for the payment, actually, right, have seen a conversion. Why? Because the shoppers and the spenders and the foot traffic people who go in the browsers, right? They feel like, oh, okay, they want my business, right? Oh, they want, they do it want. So when actually the assistant actually ask for the sale, there's a increased in conversion. Okay, now let's recap. So what do we learn here? We learn that number one, you need to not sell features. All right, you need to stop selling features and ingredients too much, too long. Second, you cannot sell to people who are not hungry. You cannot sell to vegan you cannot sell meat to vegan. You gotta learn to sell, and learn to qualify and learn to verify. Number three, you got to train yourself and practice yourself to go for the close itself. If you don't go for the close, they never know if there's something that they can buy. Have you seen stories out there where people is like they educate on insurance for years and years and years, for months and months and months, right? Then at the end of the day, they go and buy from someone else. And then the friend is like, oh my god, I've been talking to you about insurance for years. How come you never buy from me? And the friend is like, because you never asked me to buy from you. You never needed me to buy from you. Make sense? Right now, if you enjoy what you just learned and you don't know how to qualify, you don't know how to sell, you don't know how to change your selling, and you have been selling features and you know yourself you are making the mistake, and you don't know how to ask for the close, you don't know how to qualify and verify, okay, and you really don't know how to go for the close, then I want to invite you to my program. I want to invite you to be a part of all the beginners who have started learning from me, even achievers as well. All right. So here's what Saifu has to say.
Hi everyone, this is Saiful Rizal, the founder of Mathmologies. I just got off a call with Jason Lim, and I must tell you how valuable his time really is. He gave me one simple advice, just one small tip that allowed me to double the number of people that came to my workshop, and then after that, of course, it created even more sales for me, amounting to roughly $15,000. What he has structured for me, he has critiqued for me, I think will easily, potentially double or triple my return on investment, and that is something that is very difficult to do.
Now, who else is inspired by that? A $15,000 sale after one phone call. Now, is he alone, and is he isolated, and is he the only one? Right? Since 2011, I've helped many beginners like yourself, whether you're a sales career, whether you are a startup, a beginner. I've been speaking so much over the last few days. You can hear my voice is kind of like hoarse, right? But I really want to make this video because I am inspired by an intuition that someone needs this right now. Like you need this right now if you're listening to this, right? So before I take a break and rest from my throat, I really want to share this with you. Okay, so look at this, right? This is closing for the month of November. So if you're really especially if you're in the healthcare, in the wellness space, or in the education sector, okay, you are someone that I really want to help you with your business. Why? Because you are so important, especially in the next 10 years, especially in our aging population, especially with grooming the leaders of tomorrow. Okay, so you are so important, making sure that people are healthy. So I want to transfer my selling skills to you. I want to transfer to you 20 years of experience to you, so you can help more people be healthy again, and also to give the children or the next adult to have a bright future, right? You could be a coach, a consultant in adult learning as well. Okay, now, so here's the thing, right? So this one, he made $20,000 after a 30 minutes phone call. See that? He wanted a phone call. I said okay at 9:10, and then what happened? What happened was that he closed a $20,000 sales within 40 minutes. So my question to you is, how cool would that be, right? If this 20,000 is yours and will be yours if you take action and actually join the programs as well, right? Okay, now, so like this, right? Wow, I asked, did any of the teaching I gave you help? Truly helped to build the confidence, give me clarity on how to control and navigate the conversation. See, sometimes it's not about how good you are. Sometimes it's not about learning new things or feeling awful that doing things that you should have known. I tell all my graduates, especially people with a achiever's mindset, with a champion athlete behavior, they feel awful that a lot of things they know and then they are not doing it, and then they feel awful about it. But what I'm trying to encourage you here is this, right? Even Lewis Hamilton, even Max Verstappen, they all have coaches. Even Michael Jordan have coaches. And even themselves at the highest level, they often sometimes, right, don't do the things that they need to do because they forgot or is in their blind spot and they are not aware about it. That's where a coach comes in. That's where a mentor comes in. That's why we are here to provide you a perspective, to check your blind spot, to remind you of your blind spot. Because why? We have full awareness of the court. We can see things that you can't. Because when you're racing at 300 kilometers per hour, you don't have time to look at every other thing except to make sure what's in front of you within a micro of a second. So you are bound to going to have blind spot. You are bound to going to have things that you should have done but you didn't do. And that's where a good mentor will come in. A good mentor and a good coach does not make you feel awful or feel bad for not doing it. He actually helps you to see it, bring it to awareness, and verify and check and qualify if this needs to be done, and find out about your state of mind. And that's exactly what happened for this one of the graduate, right? Because he found so many blind spots during that week that he removed and destroyed so many old beliefs that he made an extra $10,000. Okay, so a good coach and a good mentor will not make you feel awful, will not make you feel shameful. In fact, a good coach and a good mentor will lift you up, encourage you, and inspire you, right? Unless you're one of those that you love spanking, you love scolding, right? Okay, now, anyway, so let's come back. So this is Sean, right? He made an extra $11,000 on the job on top of the $20,000 sales he already closed. See that? And that's the fourth one, not the first one. This is a laundry shop making and closing about $50,000. So let's look at this laundry shop. He makes $50,000 per year for the contract that pays him year after year, right? And I checked before I made this videos, and the client is still paying him for at least 6 years. So let's say, right, he only closed one client per year or per month, all right, he would have made an extra 3 million. Now I don't know about you, but this 5 result that produce an extra 3 million, pretty good proof that it works and can work for you as well, right? Because it came from so many diverse industry, it came from so many different sectors as well, right? For sure it will work for you. Okay, so it will definitely work for you, no questions asked, especially if you're already in the education space or you're in the wellness and health space. Okay, so let's continue. This one, a tuition center makes 5 digits in one day, right? Makes $10,000 in one day. This one is a fund manager. Even a fund manager can benefit, all right? So 45 customers, you can see that. I thought it was 30, but it was 45. And he made about $29,000 at his first event within 16 days, 16 days of his of learning. So let's do some forecast. If all he did, right, was 8 events per year with over a $250,000, and he raised about $2 million per event, his total AUM would be an extra $16 million, and he would have netted an extra 2% fees. That would be a total of $500,000 for that year. Wouldn't that be cool? Right? An extra $500,000 into your life. How would you like that? Okay. Now, this one is a photographer. Photographer increasing his upsell. See that? He said managed to upsell to my most expensive package, from 2009 to 4001. Okay, cool, pretty cool, right? They can sell the highest package. This one is a math tutor, right? And this was when he first collected $2,000. He can see the first $2,000 coming in. Do you remember the first time you collected money? The first time you collected, the first time, right, you actually, right, collected your first 10,000 commission maybe, or your first $1 million, or your first $1,000 sales. Okay, so it's exciting and renewed passion. When you have your first, it's always going to be so fun, right? Okay, next one, right, is the let's see, this one is will be the largest amount collected. This is also a tutor, right? A tutor as well. See, Jason, thanks for advice. No discount given. See that? No discount given. But I want to take up my coaching. I think what he said was, let me see. Oh, so money collected, I think this one is if money collected, right, will be the largest amount in 1 month. Now I don't know what is the largest amount. Maybe it's 100,000, maybe it's a quarter million, but whatever amount you have in your head, right? Maybe it's only just maybe just $100. Even $100 is a breakthrough. Why? Because the breakthrough will take you to many, many, many places. What kind of many, 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 many places? This is a 29-year-old kid, okay? And he break through his first $20,000 month with me within the first 54 days, right? And he has been stuck in 10K months. 10K months to him is has been okay, right? But he finally break through his first 20K month. For the longest time, he has never been able to break through, and he finally did it within the first 54 days with me. Now, this was a website guy, and this was one of my first few graduate. Look at this. He said, my $2,000 deal turned into 2 million opportunity over a website pitch. I still cannot believe it. It was such a mind-blowing experience that the pitch had opened doors for my life, and in ways I could never imagine and never thought possible at all. Thanks, Jason. You're very welcome. Now, more importantly, this graduate, what happened is that when he first came to me, I didn't know about the kind of problems he was facing. What problems were he facing? He had 5 kids, 1 newborn, and 4 elderly parents and a wife. Unknowingly, I didn't know that the banks were going after the furnitures because he has been paying for seminars and courses for the longest time on the plastic card, and it caught up to him, you know. A hungry learner, not lazy at all, very disciplined, very dedicated, very committed, very driven. So when he took up my program, I didn't know that he was going through all this problem, but he needed it to happen. He needed it to provide some hope. Now, I don't know about you, right? But if you can, over a website pitch, can create and open up a 2 million opportunity. Now, I don't know about you, but wouldn't that actually provide a lot of hope to repeat and continue, repeat and continue? Because if this can happen once, can it happen again? Right? So can you imagine the amount of hope that it delivered and opened up for him? And with that being said, right, this is the story that really formed the structure and the foundation of the way I structure and create my programs. I refuse to put out there programs that is, not 100% dedicated with my effort for reasons like that. Because there are some people that need this to work as their last straw, as their last resort. I wouldn't be able to be on my deathbed in my good conscience if I don't know if I don't do my products with these kind of stories in mind. I believe that God, Buddha, Spirit, Universe, anyone you believe in, would surely resonate, or rather reward, if you can resonate to that dedication of my stories and the reasons of that, right? I invite you to come in because I believe that you are not here by coincidence. I believe that you have a valuable offer to sell, okay? And I believe that if you're still here despite my voice being so like I'm not, this voice is such a terrible voice to be doing a video right now, but I really really want to get it out. I really really want to complete it before I take a nap. I'm driven by a force to tell me to do these 3 specific mistakes, this specific timing, and this specific at this specific period this season, and quickly publish it, launch it, upload it, because someone might need it. I don't know, right? I'm just compelled and driven by that force. And if you can resonate to that teacher's dedication, that discipline, and the drive, and you're part of that, and you're part of that mission that you want to also provide the children with a bright future. You're part of the mission that you really want to help the families and become a healers of yesterday, so they can heal it from their past, right? And then for the teachers to provide a bright future for the children, even for the parents, right? Then I really want to I'm calling out, I'm making a call out for all of you to come in and don't let money be the problem, don't let money be the issue anymore, because I think so many lives can benefit from what you do. All you need is the selling system that's already been proven, right? And if all you did was to dedicate yourself to practice and train and master these skills, it will take care of you for life. right? With that being said, if follow the instruction that comes with this video, and I'll talk to you on the other side.